Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. X positive 16 less than 2x positive 1 less than x positive 46. Which of the following is equivalent to the inequality above? In the given answer choices, we have absolute value inequalities. So we have to find the absolute value inequality that is equivalent to this compound inequality. Okay, now let me write the given compound inequality as it is. That is x positive 16 less than 2x positive 1 less than x positive 46. Okay, here to get the equivalent absolute value inequality for this one, I have to solve for x in the middle. So here I have to get up the x over here and here. So now let me subtract x from all the three quantities over here. Let me do it. And also we have to get up the positive one over here. So for that we have to subtract 1 from all the three quantities over here. Then we get here x negative x will cancel out, here x negative x will cancel out, positive 1 negative 1 will cancel out. When I combine positive 16 and negative 1, I am getting 15 less than. When I combine this positive x and negative 1x, I am getting x less than. When I combine positive 46 and negative 1, I am getting 45. Okay, here we have a compound inequality of conjunction. So what is meant by conjunction? Whenever I write a compound inequality in this form, that is a less than x less than b, it's called conjunction. And when I write a compound inequality like x less than a or x greater than b, then this is called disjunction. Okay, when I want to write a compound inequality of conjunction as an absolute value inequality, then the absolute value inequality will contain less than sign. If I want to write a compound inequality of disjunction as an absolute value inequality, then the absolute value inequality will have greater than sign. Okay, here we have a compound inequality of conjunction. So when I try to write this one as an absolute value inequality, it will contain less than sign. So here we have less than. So the absolute value inequality also will have less than sign. In case we have less than or equal to over here, less than or equal to over here, then the absolute value inequality will contain less than or equal to. Okay, here we just have less than sign over here, less than sign over here. So then the absolute value inequality also will contain less than sign. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to mark these two values on the number line. Okay, now let me do it. So here we can take 15. Here we can take 45. Now we have to get the mid value of this 15 and 45. For that we have to get average of these two numbers. So let's add these two values and divide by 2. So 15 positive 45 is 60. 60 divided by 2 is 30. So 30 is the middle value of these two numbers, 15 and 45. Okay, now to get the absolute value inequality corresponding to this one, let's take absolute sign and x, and always we have to take negative sign inside the absolute sign. And now we have to consider the middle value 30 over here. And also, as I said earlier, we have to take less than sign because it's a compound inequality of conjunction. Now, how do you have to get the value on the right side of this inequality? For that, we have to get the distance between this 15 and 30, or the distance between 30 and 45. In both the ways, we'll be getting the same value. So the distance between this 15 and 30 is just 15. So that should be taken over here. So this is the absolute value inequality equivalent to the given compound inequality. And we find this absolute value inequality in answer choice C. The correct answer choice for this question is C.